And that's the reason why I started doing these weekly recaps of Married to Medicine.
With Heavenly.
Yeah, have you been watching it?
I watched this last one because.
And give me your thoughts.
I was so confused.
Not confused.
I mean, it went from raindrops to muddy water.
Ah!
I don't understand, honey. Tell me how this collaboration was inspired. I was completely confused, all up and through.
Hey Raindrops, now before we get into this video, I want to talk to you about joining my community. Yes, my YouTube community of subscribers. So make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. It helps build the channel and build our community. I love it when you guys comment and post. So remember, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel.
Who's there? Who is it?
Oh yeah! Honey! Money Green!
Yeah, you already know. Royalty Blue.
Oh, you look great!
Reign Supreme, thank you. Thank you for coming.
No.
Welcome to Sleek Studios.
Baby, honey, she's not married to medicine, honey. She's married to the money, yeah!
I'm married to Mariah.
Ah! Allegedly,
And Aiden, of course.
Oh my
Welcome.
gosh.
You like?
Honey.
How was your drive? It was a little drive, but it's worth it.
Oh, it's fine, honey. It's worth
fine.
seeing the queen.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Mr. Rain. Absolutely.
Okay, because
No.
You know the girls get mad.
You know what? Actually, you can't say it if you're going to give it to the girls, too, because you give it to all the girls. I
love the
got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, okay.
I do, but first we're
Okay.
going to sleep. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks for having me. No, look, I am so proud of you. This looks gorgeous.
Thank you.
Do I get a tour first, though?
You do. We're gonna
Okay,
do a
show
tour.
me around, honey.
Yes, so this is our open workspace.
Mm.
Yes, members come in and they work.
Okay, so it's like a co-working space?
It's like a co-working, private event space as well.
I'm so damn
For
proud
the
of
members.
you.
For the members.
Oh, it's members only?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
now we do drop-ins, but they can do weekly drop-ins. We don't do day-to-day drop-ins.
Oh.
Yeah, it's McDonough, Georgia. We don't do the
Ooh.
day-to-day thing. There's a space up the road that's amazing for that, but this is an acquired taste for the girls, okay?
So this is like Soho House where
It is.
you gotta pay, is it a monthly membership,
It's
annual?
monthly. No, it's monthly membership.
Okay.
But we do have a weekly rate for drop-ins, because we're right across from the courthouse, from the McDonough courthouse, so we want it.
Do you want it to fade you at the courthouse sometimes?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Never. I thought she did law in the car.
Not the car.
On the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was in the car. She was in the car. Practicing law. Parking lot. She was doing the parking lot law. Honey.
Not the parking. Is that a TV show? I mean, you do create shows, honey.
I know, right?
That's a good idea.
No, but Phaedra's great. Now
We love Phaedra.
I know you do. You love all the girls.
I
You love all the girls. You do.
I do love all the girls. Is that bad?
Well, we're going to elaborate on this. We're going to elaborate on it.
I'm about to get red. Let's go.
I could read you. That's our library area. That'd be the perfect area to read, people. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
You're not going to read me in the library
We're
area?
not.
Okay.
You've seen the open space. That's
I
the
did.
library area.
Okay.
That's just the closet for all of our control stuff. This is both of our content rooms. So people come here and do podcasts. And just read all. Look,
You better. Hope you pay me.
I kind of personalized it a
Yes.
bit.
Say less and do more.
Mhm.
That's what you've been doing lately.
It is.
Because you've been very quiet.
I have.
And
on
you
purpose.
don't do interviews.
I on purpose.
You don't.
You know,
So I feel honored, just so you know that.
Sometimes you just gotta take care of business.
Well, clearly you have been taking care of business, of real estate, design. Ah,
Content,
my
look,
Lord.
this is the other
Ooh,
one.
there's more.
You're gonna love this one. You're gonna absolutely.
Oh, now
love
you know
this
I
one.
love a good, cute and coin, honey. Push through, catch this tea.
You see the tea?
Yes,
room?
honey.
I
Love Mariah. This is so cute.
Oh, shady. Honey, I call this the Shady Grove.
Ooh.
I call this the Shady Grove. Yes.
Yes, baby.
So it's a space where people can come and create content. I hope big producers like you come
Yes.
here. And
No,
see,
we
this is
need
a real
stuff like
studio.
that.
It's a real studio and it's different. But
This
it's our
is so
bathroom.
impressive.
Yeah.
Wow. No, Mariah, this is a lot of space.
It is.
This your office?
Yes, and I bought the building. Yeah, you can just speak in. I bought the building 5 years
Hold
ago.
on, did y'all get a shot of the code?
Yes.
So nobody can come in. No.
Not at all.
'Cause
Only you.
The Brinks truck.
Only you.
The vault.
Good.
Yes. The Mariah Agency. Yes.
Look what I'm watching.
Yes. Oh, y'all better come in here.
Look what I'm watching.
Yes, honey.
Look what I'm watching. I was in here reading for filth. Oh, don't you give her that.
So wait,
don't you give her that.
are we gonna talk about this too?
We gonna talk about everything, but there will not be any commercials, honey.
Well, this is my channel.
know.
Look, she went to my channel, so we appreciate the love over at the Mariah Agency. Executive producer Mariah Huck and creator, honey. So, but what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna take a Sharpie and write over this.
Oh, so thank you for not defacing me.
I won't do that.
I appreciate that.
Because this is not married to hip hop.
It's not. Bring class back. Can we bring class back?
Well, that's why they brought Sweet Tweet, I thought.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it.
Oh, no. I just thought,
She doesn't have any support, though. You know,
no, we need the support.
So this is our conference room.
Mariah, I can't.
So it seats up to 24 in here. Yeah, Vibe Wi-Fi board. You know, I got that's my talk show, the Glow Up. T.I. was one of my first guests. We're in heavy negotiations with my talk show. It's about to come very soon. I self-financed 3 episodes. T.I., Ref Tresvant. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So you know how we are. It's levels to the shit.
No, this is the thing, and we'll talk about this when I sit down, but you are literally on your Tyler Perry.
I'm trying to, and I hope people see it.
No.
This is a boutique studio. I'm not a Pinewood. I'm not a Tyler Perry, but it's something for us.
No.
It's something for people like us that are creating and still, rising.
We're not going to discount that because as a black woman in the state of Georgia, to be able to walk away from a show she created, we'll get into that, and to remain silent, allow God to lead her.
And make moves.
Yeah!
Make moves. You gotta make moves. You gotta really make moves.
Yeah!
Right. And the beauty of it is I was able to see people like you and see so many and work in the industry myself and know what we needed. So I like to think of this as a canvas. So look what else.
Wait, there's more?
It's more. It's more.
What's the square footage of this?
I think like 6,500 or something like that. And I didn't want to open until every
room
was done. Yeah, and that was part of the problem. So this is the glam hall.
Ooh, honey.
For hair and makeup. Yeah, so this is the glam hall.
We love a beat face, honey.
Yes, we do. But do you know why we need one? Because we love unscripted.
Yes.
And in unscripted TV, the studio is cute, but we need a green screen studio with a cyc wall. So this was literally a closet. Knocked down the walls. And
you have your own green screen studio with the production lights.
Yep. One of my fuses went out the day you came.
No,
but
Mariah.
It's a part of the business.
No.
Mariah is a custodian, a receptionist.
Baby, a builder, designer.
I had some great people to help along the way.
This is really huge.
Thank you. I tried to use every inch of the space, though. I really did.
Wow.
Right?
Listen, it takes a lot to impress me, as you know.
I gotta show you the before pictures. You're gonna really be like, oh my God.
How long did it take you to build this?
No, I didn't build it.
Get this together.
Well, actually about 4 years, to be honest with you. I was real quiet about it. Aiden was like, a few years ago, he said, where do you want to go for your birthday? Want to buy me a bag or a trip? And I said, actually, I want something different. I found something I want. So I bought the building. And I've been working on it since.
So instead of buying Chanel bags, you bought some
block. I wanted to buy the block. Hello? Because I see McDonough as a whole little studio city. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like a cute little city, so
I've never been over here. This is so charming. I love the area because it brings you back to the southern roots of why we love Georgia.
Yeah.
And it's really, and I'm not just saying this because you're my girl, it's a really nice area. You're not in the hood.
No.
Because I want people to know that. You can be, and that's fine. But this is nice.
Thank you.
Yes. Wait, so we got this set up?
I set this up especially for you. That's your seat over there. I did a little tea. We did a little tea setting.
I bought myself something.
Oh, you did?
As we do our tea.
Something? Oh, okay. Okay, good. Come on, get it. I bought myself something too, I think.
Okay, child. So I'm gonna wear this as we say our tea.
Okay. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. I said you cannot say tea. He's gonna think I'm gonna wear a hat.
So I heard we were having a tea party.
No, you know what? We modernized, honey. Let the old girls wear the hats.
So wait, the old girls with the hats?
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
So we don't do the hats.
No, look at you. You're all pearled up, honey.
Oh, I wanted to make look. Let me.
You look amazing. No.
Well, you know, Ozempic is good for the girls.
We don't need anything blocking the beauty.
No, I'm.
We don't need anything blocking the beauty. You look great. We don't have to wear the hat.
Let me tell you something. This is so freaking.
Thank you. I'm glad
impressive.
you like it. I'm glad you came.
I'm glad you said yes. Hey, Raindrops. Yes. So today's episode, Reality with the King, I am here with the creator of all things fabulous and the best show on Bravo. I've been saying this for years, and y'all know it's true. Married to Medicine. Give it up for my girl, my queen, Mariah.
I'm clapping for myself.
Yes.
Give me more.
First of all, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Well, thank you, honey. You know, I did take a bath today.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
I'm glad.
Yeah.
You look radiant.
Thank you. I washed my face with Neutrogena pink grapefruit. And you know, I'm not on Ozempic, but I do love to like put things in my body to make sure the weight stays
You
gone.
look good.
No, what is your secret? Because you look fantastic.
Peace.
Ooh.
Peace. I'm happy. I'm at peace. And I think it radiates up, in, and out.
Yeah.
I do.
Where have you been? Because we miss you.
I've been working. I'm a receptionist, a custodian. Like, this was my, Sleek Studios was my next project. And, you know how it is. We're perfectionists. You want to work on something, you want it to be right. So I feel like the last 4 years, and it took a little bit longer than I expected. I didn't expect quarantine, COVID, all of these things. But I've been here. Like, I really have. And I felt like God was telling me to be still and focus on this. Because, after going through Married to Medicine and doing production, I wanted to be able to create a canvas and a place in our own backyard where it wasn't a controlled environment. Shit, I wanted to be able to clown and cut up at my own studio, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
But I have to give you your flowers before we start this interview process because
Carnations or roses or...
lilies, dandelions, lilies,
yes, tell me what kind.
A garden.
Because you give all the girls flowers.
Do I?
You do.
I do love the girls.
You do.
Is that bad?
It's not bad, but I'd love for you to be very distinctive in which type of flowers you're giving who.
Okay.
Because it's not the same type of garden.
No, it isn't. You have Barry White's Secret Garden.
Okay.
Mixed in with El DeBarge.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
A little sprinkle of that.
Okay.
I mean, he did the
El
best
DeBarge.
verse in the song.
Okay.
You have a garden because I don't know too many people that can say they created a franchise.
Okay.
And I want people to understand this. It's not like you have this idea and everybody around the production or the network had to cultivate it for it to make sense.
Right.
I don't think people understand. You came up with the title, Married to Medicine. You cast guys, she did all of this before even pitching to a network. You came up with the title. You cast all the girls. You shot a sizzle reel. A sizzle reel it's like a pilot episode to pitch to networks. You funded it yourself. You funded the treatment. Not too many, girl, I don't know anybody personally who did it that way.
Let me tell you actually what I did. Some of that is true, but let me just correct a couple things.
Okay.
I didn't just do a scissor reel. I did multiple scissor reels and an extended one. And I did fund it, you're right. And The one thing I did not do is name it Married to Medicine.
Oh, okay.
So I had multiple casts, and I was already picked up on another network. I was picked up on TLC, and I chose to go with Bravo. So I did complete.
TLC picked up the show.
Doctor's Wives Club.
Doctor's Wives Club. So
Yeah.
TLC picked it up.
Yeah. They end up doing, and I chose to go with Bravo because I felt like it was more succinct, the base of who we were selling to. But, you know, the type of women we were. I just thought the Bravo audience was ours up and through. Like, that's where I wanted to be or whatever. So the only thing I didn't do was name it Married to Medicine. I had multiple names, like we had Unmedical, Doctor's Wives Club, Cast All the Women, Paid For, had everything, had multiple reels. And it was a lot of work. So there was no vanity title there because I bust my ass, and it took me 4 years to get it picked up at multiple places. And of course, once it got picked up at one place, all the networks came calling. Yeah, so
A bidding war.
yeah, it was. It literally was a bidding war. So what I was trying to do, you know, the girls get sneaky. So when it got picked up by Bravo and TLC, I said, listen, so I'll be on the one on Bravo, and let me just do a different version of it on TLC. TLC said, no ma'am, if you're not on it, we don't want it. Yeah, so I was trying to do two different ones. Yeah.
Because you wanted two separate checks.
Yeah, I wanted two separate. Baby, you know what? You know, multiple streams is the key.
You such a Libra.
Yeah, I am all up and through. I am too much of a Libra.
We love multiple streams of
We
income.
do, and we love balance.
We do.
We love balance.
Yes.
If we're off balance, it throws us off. So pitching was a lot.
The pitching was a lot.
It was a lot of work.
And obviously you created this show. It became a huge hit out the gate. This season, I believe, is their 10th season.
It's 10 seasons.
It's 10 seasons. You still get a credit. You still get a check.
Yeah. Several, I have multiple credits. So people don't watch at the beginning and the end. So I have the created by and executive producer credit. People don't watch, but if you watch all the way through, they do it so fast. They run my shit real fast. But I still get two credits. It's a big deal because it's two separate roles, you know. So yeah, I get the EP and as well as created by or concept by.
And you get paid per episode?
Damn, you asking a lot of questions. I get a coin. I get a cute coin.
You get a cute coin.
I get a cute coin.
You're happy with the money you're receiving?
Absolutely not. I don't think you can ever be paid your worth. And so, no, I don't think so. I think it's different when you're on a show. You know, I feel like from a talent perspective, it almost felt like, you know, you could see the money a lot more. But I'm happy with what I've created, what I've built, and it being a jumping board to all the other things I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the way I have to look at it. I can't look at it as I should have been paid more. I don't
Yeah.
get caught up in that because I'll be a bitter bitch. And I don't want to be that. So, no, I think I deserve a lot more money, you know, but I'm good.
You're good. You're good.
And I've done a lot more with a lot less. So imagine what I'm doing now.
Well, we can see that being in the studio from Mariah Media, that is just super impressive.
Thank you.
We spoke last year, so I won't regurgitate those same questions, but can you explain to the audience, those who may not have watched last year's interview, what happened to where you can create a show, star on it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but were you pushed out of Married to Medicine?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. I think my contract ran out. Just like many of the girls, my contract ran out from a talent perspective because I had multiple contracts, you know, the producer contract and the talent contract. I didn't realize in the beginning that was the goal the entire time, was to push me out from a talent perspective because they don't ever want you to have too much power, you know, in front of the camera and behind the camera. So yeah, I did feel as if I was pushed out, but you know what? In hindsight, I feel like maybe it was best because I don't think it was best for the show. I think it wasn't a good decision for the show. And that's how I know it was bullshit in the game because it wasn't for the show. It wasn't best. There's no way they can come up with any reason why I should be out in the show. Where they come up with a line, or you're on the island, or the girls aren't doing this, or the girls don't want to hang with you. You know, they always do that. They vote you out. You know, it's all kind of unscripted script. So, yeah, I feel like I was a bit pushed out prematurely. But I think it backfired in a lot of ways, and I don't think it was best for the franchise, you know. And I try not to hone in on it too much, because the first thing they'll say is she's mad, and it's not that. I just don't like the way in which it was done. And I did feel as if I was stabbed in my back, my heart, my jugular, in my eye, with all of those ladies. I did. You know, I'm not even mad at the producers. You can't let the devil use you. They had to have a vessel, and I felt like all of those ladies, yeah, because they didn't have a reason. I wasn't perfect, but I was a damn good producer, amazing talent. So it didn't make sense, and we all would have we would have kept getting cute coins, because I was always fair. They know that I was what was best for the show. I will always say, no, we can't do this. I fought for all of us to have an MFN on the talent side. There was no you get paid more, you the best, despite what people think. I never had the attitude of I'm the queen bee, pay me the most. No. The talent side, everybody get paid the same. And as soon as I left, they went to war about that. Jackie gets paid more than Quad, or this person gets... See, I didn't want that, because I knew that there will always be a point of dissension, you know, because it's an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And every season, somebody's going to rise. It's going to be focused on someone. And it's just everybody get a time to shine. So, you know, I think they did a lot of things to me that it felt very personal. And it did feel a bit discriminatory. And nobody had my back. So yeah, that kind of left a bad taste in my mouth.
You felt that because you're a black woman, there was some discrimination involved?
I don't know if it was because I'm a black woman, a strong woman. I don't know. But I don't think it was normal. I don't think it makes sense. And I cannot fathom to this day why any of those women would go along with it, with how hard I had worked for all of us to be seen on such an amazing platform. I just wanted us as black families, minority families, to be seen as successful minority families. I mean, it seems very small, but it's, you know, you don't see a lot of it on TV, and I just thought it was important for us to tell our stories. You know, it wasn't Love and Hip Hop. And there's no offense to Love and Hip Hop, because that's a part of our culture.
Yeah.
But this was just a different side that I know we needed to see. And it was certain things that was important to me, the education, the families, actually being married to medicine, whether it's the career or having someone in the field of medicine. I just felt like we needed to keep that connection, to keep the credibility of the show. And I was really, I'm extremely passionate and sincere about that. And I wasn't going to back down. I didn't care that Housewives had women that was no longer married. I didn't want that for Married to Medicine.
You didn't want that for Married to Medicine?
No, not at all. And wrong or right or indifferent. I didn't want that for Married to Medicine, because it's on every other show. I wanted to see married minority families, educated families, because we exist. Now, we nutcases, you know, I mean, for real, but we exist.
Yeah.
So I just wanted it to stay true to that.
There were accusations from the girls that you would say things to them like, this show is called Married to Mariah.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. So, but the other part of that they're not saying is all of the ladies knew that it wasn't them I was at war with. That I would say, yes, Married to Mariah, or they knew that I was fighting a much bigger war behind camera. Whatever you saw on camera, the real war was behind camera, when the cameras went off, when the lights went off. So if I didn't tell my story, if I didn't call myself the Queen Bee, Married to Mariah, people wouldn't even know I was an executive producer or creator of that show. Do you think those ladies would have told my story? I had to tell who I was and stand up in the role in what I created, because nobody would have told my story. If I would have went with what they say, trust the process, if I would have trusted the process, it'll look like I would have been another doctor's wife They came in and out on that show, and they would have been happy with that. Kind of like the critical race theory. They would have wiped me out of history if they could, and still try to.
So the thing is this, when you would say those things,
Yeah.
that wasn't towards the girls.
Yeah, they knew that. They knew that. I felt like they were being used. Like, don't come at me like that. You know what it is. And sometimes it was a little shady. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes it was shade like, don't do me. Like, come on. Because I didn't have an issue with any of those ladies. I didn't have a reason to go up against them. But I felt like, why would they bring the extra? Like, why would they be the ones to take me out? One of the women actually said to me, they want me to be the person to put the nail in your coffin. They want me to be the person to put the nail in your coffin. Another woman went to the pre-production meeting and said, if I talk to Mariah, will I be fired from Married to Medicine? Facts. Will I be fired from Married to Medicine? So you have to understand what I was up against. And they all knew it. You know, they knew what it was. So it was never against them. Like, think about it. When Quad and I we had a fallout, but it was just for real. It was just a girlfriend fallout. It became magnified. That's why to this day, she can't say what she said. I minimized her. No, they made you feel like we were 1 and 2. They made you feel a certain kind of way. You know, I might have made little comments here and there, but no different than anybody else. What did I call Simone Bucktooth? Like, that's in the big scheme of things, that's what y'all mad about?
Not the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, something like that. Like, for real, they can't, just petty.
Well, this is the thing,
surface.
is what I know about working on ensemble shows with women, right?
Yeah.
It is a heightened environment.
It is.
Right? It's a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And obviously you're in these situations and you fight but you love hard and in the reverse. I had this reaction of you saying not only were some of the ladies telling you that, look, this has to be the final nail in your coffin. If I talk to Mariah, I get fired. I'm gagging because I heard something similarly when I spoke to Quad recently, when she said that Simone told her, if I talk to you, Toya is going to be mad at me and I can't have her mad at me.
See, that's so crazy to me. That's so crazy. That's what's wrong with the show now to me. You know, it's become so, it's like they put you on an island, they all decide, you know, that, hey, we can't talk to her. It becomes a form of bullying. I don't even want to say that because, you know, I don't want to say anybody bullied me, you know, because I'm a tough girl. But I think that's the problem with it. Like, and it loses the sincerity, or it just doesn't feel authentic when you do that. If you want to talk to a bitch, talk to a bitch. You know, it's a show. It's an ensemble cast. You should be able to talk to who you want to. But when they, it's almost too pre-produced or it's overproduced. Like, you should be able to talk to who you want to. They come against you and they say, hey, we're not talking to her. I can't even imagine what Miss Sweet Tea is going through, because they, in their mind, they've already decided this lady is not going to be a part of our group moving forward. To me, from what I see from afar, and I don't really watch like that. Just from the snippets I see, you know, she's fighting a war she's already lost, and it's not fair to her.
When Quad was sent home by the girls, do you think that was Quad's karma for the way you were treated as well?
I don't think Quad deserved any more karma than the rest of them ladies. I think they're all the same. And I think that they're going to stab each other in the back. And so I don't know. I don't know if that was her karma or not. I know that the way in which they did it wasn't right. I don't like to play games like that. Don't fly me out to a place. This still is my job. And now they messing with the girl money. They know, see, when they went to the per episodic fee and stuff, you got to think of what they're doing. They're icing her out so she can't make a certain amount of money. It's what I see it as.
That's exactly what it was. You can tell.
So it's stupid. It's stupid to me because they shouldn't be able to control that. And they should never let the producers put them in a position where they even care about that. As long as you're getting your coin, you showing up, doing the most, you doing your best, that's what you should worry about. You shouldn't worry about how many scenes Quad has, or, you know, Sweet Tea or Auntie or, you know, Honor Palmer had. Like, to me, just come.
Not Honor Palmer.
Yeah, you give your best and show up. So that's what I don't like. When they get where they start plotting and planning and trying to push other people out. So I don't know if it was Quad's karma, but I think that she's getting a dose of her own medicine with the voting out shit. They should have never started that. And I've always said that, don't allow them to do certain things to me. I said this in the beginning because it's going to be a part of, it's going to be a part of the DNA of the show. Once they do it to me, they're going to do it to you too. I hated the whole voting out thing. Why are you voting?
So that was
people
really
out?
happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah. When they were ready for somebody to go, they would do it through the women.
And the women would just listen
And they would do
say,
it.
okay.
They would go along, yeah.
Why?
I guess they felt like whoever was signing the checks, like they just want to stay on and keep getting a check. But they have more power in numbers and when they stick together and stick for what's right. You got to have integrity in some of this stuff. You really, truly do. And sometimes if it means sitting down and being on a timeout and missing a season, it's okay. Because if you're good, it's gonna come back. But you know, you got to know your worth and know your power. And I don't think that they're doing that. I really, really don't. I think that by now she should have spent off.
Wait a second. You're telling me to my face that you believe Quad by now should have a spinoff.
Yeah, she's single. Like, why is she on me? I just don't understand. I'm not being funny. I don't understand. And you can't tell me you seem to think.
Let's have we're gonna have a real conversation because we're
Why?
friends. Go ahead, talk to me.
I do not understand how she's married to medicine in any way. I don't. It does not make sense to me. And I'm okay with saying that. I think when her and Dr. G got a divorce, I don't think she should have been kicked off the show. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. I think they should have shown the way in which they transitioned, what they were doing in their separate lives, and showed her building a new life. Yeah, I mean, it still builds the show, and it still goes back to Married to Medicine. It's just one of the branches of Married to Medicine. To me, show her dating, show her and that. Now, if that doesn't work, then so be it. But if she's a star, then let her shine in another avenue. But it's a lot of doctors' wives that deserve to be shown.
Do you think Quad is a star?
Yeah, I think all those ladies are, though, in some ways. I think all of them have star qualities. I think all of them have something that makes them shine. Now, can they carry shows? Maybe not so much.
Because one thing that I want the world to know is this. Mm-hmm. I create shows for a living. Mm-hmm. When you create a show on the network, there's language, if you know how to do your contracts right, where you have the right to have spinoffs.
Yeah.
Meaning create spinoffs based on the ensemble.
Yeah.
If you were still a part of Married to Medicine, would you have created a spinoff for Quad? And if so, what would that spinoff be?
So, it may not have been the first spinoff. You know, I would have spent off Married to Medicine in other cities. I absolutely would have done that because I think it's a medical hub in Houston for minorities, a lot of places that it just, it would have catapulted. But for Quad, I think I would have did just some simple, back to the basics, finding love. Or, her just being her fun, she's a fun girl. She's a fun girl. I think I would have just showed her outside of the group. It almost seems like it's starting to take away from her, to me. Knowing her at the show and like Married to Medicine, when she started, I think it was big. And now it's almost kind of like it's, I don't know.
A hindrance?
It just doesn't seem like I don't see the growth I don't think she's happy. I don't think she would be hang out with any of those women if she was getting paid. And that's evident to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you miss her?
I used to. I don't anymore. Because I think she's become so much like them. She's new. Like I think the only person that's kind of the same is Toya. Love her or hate her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think Quad is more of a diva now. And that's not my personality. Now I read a bitch. But that's not, I don't do that. I'm extra credit, but I don't treat people a certain way. That's not my thing. She's a little different now.
She said to me that she always saw you two being like Thelma Louise, writing this thing.
She didn't. I did. She didn't. Quad was ready to go against me first season reunion. Go back and look. She was ready to go. I can tell you almost to the day when they flew her to California and told her, you deserve to be number one, not number two. When we was always a duo. We was supposed to be, I never got jealous of Quad. I never thought she wasn't a breakout star. I wouldn't have had her on. I thought she was a star. I did. I thought she had something great. I thought we had great chemistry, and I thought she was funny. It could be. I thought if they really show it, like they still haven't shown. I remember Quad having a breakdown in my garage first season, and the shit was so funny. They missed so many moments, and they got it on camera. Like she just couldn't adjust to the cameras initially. Like she was just, we're so real from Tennessee. And it was hilarious trying to see her transition into what they wanted her to be, because they had in their minds who and what they wanted her to be as, as the underdog or whatever, versus just letting it play out. So I never thought that, honestly, I went into it like that. Everybody else around me seen something different. I thought that we were a duo and we were going into it together, but I don't think that was really truly what it was at all.
I was told that allegedly you were jealous that Quad was the breakout star, that you said something along the lines of, she's ghetto, how's she the breakout star? You guys had a dinner meeting at STK, got into a physical altercation.
No.
Drinks were thrown, all that stuff, all because of this jealousy.
So I think the most insulting part for me is that I was jealous of anybody on this show that I gave an opportunity to. First of all, I'm a smart girl. I know what comes with an ensemble cast. Even though I hadn't produced a big show before, I knew what came with the territory. Believe you me, I did. I could have easily went on to Housewives of Atlanta and just been another star, been drama, and just been about myself, or tried to pitch something about my show. I thought we all had stories to tell, and I thought that Quad and I definitely had stories to tell. Because I thought we were unique. I thought we came from Tennessee, in a sense of, that country girl. I just thought it was something different. I always expected her to blow up. So the fact that they started saying that was just crazy to me, because I didn't think I wasn't the breakout star, or I didn't think the other ladies I didn't look at it like everybody else did. So when they started saying that, it really threw me off. Because I never was jealous or looked at her like that. You have to think that was my girlfriend. I wanted her to be on this show by any means necessary. She wasn't married, and I cast her on the show.
Did she marry Greg to get on the show?
I can't say that. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know.
You want to know why she married Greg?
No, I'm just saying. No. I mean, I don't know. Greg was a nice guy. I thought he was nice, but she was married. I mean, she was dating my cousin, my first cousin, so I had nothing to do with the integration with her and Greg and them meeting or any of that. So I really can't speak to that. I don't know.
Did she live with you?
Never.
Heavenly swears up and down.
No, so you know what it was? I made a comment one time on the show, I think to Toya. And I made a comment, and I said, you know what, she can't say anything because her license plate was her address when because my sister and I helped her get a place or something. I don't, it's not even trying to get credit for it. But that was the comment. But she never lived. I've never had a woman to live. I'm a married goddamn woman. Do I look like the type that could? No. She's never lived with me. Or maybe not even spent the night at my house. Like, we were girlfriends, but we had boundaries. Yeah, so Heavenly is telling the hot, messy Miami lie. Yeah, for real.
When you and Quad had that physical altercation in STK.
It wasn't physical. I think she threw let me tell you what happened.
What happened?
She threw my purse. We was meeting up there. She threw my purse, and I tried to get at her, and everybody held me back. That was a physical altercation. She got in front of a group of people and threw my bag, and I flipped out. I did.
No hair was being pulled.
No, we didn't touch each other. It was never any. No, me and Toya had a physical altercation. Yeah. That's the only physical altercation I've even been remotely close to. There was no. Though she was over there. She was over there, and I was over here. No, it was not like that.
I thought you guys were tussling on the floor.
Not at all. Nothing.
Hair
I
pulled.
swear on my children. No, not at all. Not at all. She took my baby. She was on one. I think she was. It was see when she said. So when we said we were meeting up there, I didn't know she was with a group of people. So she was a group. She was with a group of like 20 people. She was at like the head, like at the head of the table, and I was sitting on the other side. And she, you know, I think I had set my purse next to her or something. She took my purse and threw it, and I tried to get at her, and that was it. That was it. I swear to God, that was it. Never put our hands on each other, anything like that. So when all of that came out, it really tripped me out. Now, and I feel like it was other people involved because we were hanging out, we were drinking, and maybe that kind of played a part. But it was never, I didn't touch Quad and none of that. Nothing like that. They would have loved to have shown that. Think about that. Anything with me looking a certain kind of way, if that happened, you best believe they would have shown that on every episode. You see, they still show the fight from season 1.
Yeah.
It's 10 seasons later. You know, you think they wouldn't have shown that? They just heard about us arguing or whatever. But it was off season. We had an argument. I couldn't even believe that it had made it to the season because it just really wasn't that big of a deal to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you cleared that up because I believe we all thought it was something bigger than what it was. You now see the show. They pushed Quad out. Now it's...
I don't think they pushed Quad out.
What do you think happened?
I think it's game. I don't think they pushed Quad out. I think the people already are stuttering and going back on their words. I think it's they want you to hate her, then love her. I don't think they've pushed her out. I don't think so. I think they uninvited her or brought her there. I think they humbled her. In their minds, they want to humble her a bit, bring her down a few notches. They haven't pushed Quad out, and I don't think they're going to. I think it's game.
But why is that? Because listen, on my shows, there isn't this, and I want you to stop me if I'm wrong. On Married to Medicine, which I have done plenty of interviews, and I always get asked, if you could do one show, produce one show, I always say the Braxtons or Married to Medicine.
Yeah, I could see that.
And please give me Married to Medicine. Like, I low-key was mad you didn't give me the show, but
I was
still a younger whippersnapper.
You know what? It ain't too late.
Because I was like, if my hands on these girls, I would love it. But it seems to me like that show is ran in a way that I've never seen or experienced, to where it's like there's people behind the scenes pitting you girls against each other, and that there isn't anybody saying like, you know what, that's not right.
Yeah.
And I'm a grown-ass woman, I'm educated, I'm gonna do what I wanna do.
And that's not the way I roll.
Is that the environment of that show?
I think so. I think they've created such a hostile environment with so much dissension that it scares me that they can't. I hope that they can find their way back to just being authentic. Because if they're just all authentic, whether people love them or hate them, they will still watch them. But they're becoming too typecast to me. You know, like Jackie and Heavenly Friends. I just see so many things that it's what the producers want versus what's natural to the ladies. To me, that's my perspective. That's my perception of all of it.
Is the show living up to your vision?
No, not at all. I'm happy that it's lived 10 seasons. Yeah, I am. And I think that's a blessing.
It is.
But not at all. Not at all. I feel like what I brought to it, I don't know. It's not. They could do so much more. I think that they are doing well, and because the Housewives isn't at its peak, you know. But I don't know. It could do so much better. Married to Medicine should be one of the top shows in America to me.
Absolutely.
And has the potential to be that with the right producers. And a few of the people, a few of the cast, they could keep, I think are essential. But some they could recast. And don't be afraid to bring in new blood. You can't be afraid to shake shit up. It's okay. I mean, it's evolution. I mean, it happens. And if it meant me leaving, so be it, if it was best for the show or whatever. But no, it's not living up to, because I don't think that we've learned anything more. I think a lot of the ladies look like one-trick ponies to me. It's the same old thing every season. Like, why are they still voting bitches off an island? Like, I just don't get it. Like, who does that? I don't understand that. I don't. Is that wrong? I don't.
No, and that's the reason why I started doing these weekly recaps of Married to Medicine.
We're Heavenly.
Yeah, have you been watching it?
I watched this last one because.
And give me your thoughts.
I was so confused.
Not confused.
I mean, it went from raindrops to muddy water.
Ah!
I don't understand, honey. Tell me how this collaboration was inspired. I was completely confused, all up and through. And how are you giving a true unbiased perspective, doing it with somebody that's on the show that is the messiest bitch on the show? I don't get it. Please do explain.
Well, obviously, I love the girls.
Oh, we know you love all the girls. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You love the girls.
And I love the show.
You do.
She is my dentist, and she's my friend, and she's good television.
She is definitely a wild card. And that's what I've always thought of her. Heavenly is good TV when she's a wild card. I don't like Heavenly when she becomes what she thinks, how do I say it? Heavenly is the type that she may not watch the show, but believe you me, she is the girl that will read every comment to see what they're saying about everybody else and become what she thinks people want her to be. Believe it or not, she is. That girl reads every comment. Yeah, she thinks she's the smartest person on earth. Trust me, Heavenly knows what the people are saying. So if they're saying X, Y, and Z, she's going to regurgitate that and do that or whatever. So I just think that Heavenly, if she gets out of her own way and just really is honest, do you think, in a perfect world, in a real world, you think Heavenly and Jackie would be friends?
No.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, and I said that to her, and the reason why I love giving this show its flowers and having the platform to do it is because I really want eyeballs to be on this show.
Why? Why do you want eyeballs on the show so much?
Because as a black person in this space, I know how we're marginalized. I know that
they marginalized me as the creator of the show.
Yeah.
So knowing that, how can you still rally so hard for the very establishment that went against your girl?
That's a very good question, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. I never looked at it that way because I always looked at the institution. Because at the end of the day, you did create the show, you get the credit, and you get the coin, right?
Yeah.
So for me, and I'm just telling you my truth,
yeah,
right? For me, it was all about making sure your legacy stayed alive. Because no matter what we do on this earth, we are only beholden by the legacy in which we leave. So here you have this black man who's the king of reality television, who all of a sudden has a hit podcast, a hit YouTube channel, has these eyeballs on him. I've said this since I was a showrunner on Atlanta Housewives. That's a show that is the best on Bravo, right? So me giving flowers to the show, I'm gonna be very honest with you, was me giving flowers to you too. Because at the end of the day, but I'm telling you how I seen it.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
I saw it like, people need to know about this show before it becomes, that's just another black show. Because what's happening right now in scripted is a lot of black shows are getting canceled. A lot of black scripted shows are getting canceled. And I never wanted, with my platform as a black person, to not interview black people. I've had people say to me, you went from interviewing Nene Leakes to Diamond from Love and Hip Hop? And I thought to myself, Diamond, the Love and Hip Hop people, I interview a chick named Monique and Derek, her man from Love After Lockup.
Yeah.
I don't care what show you on.
People are watching it.
Because, so because I don't have this platform just to like be cute and wear nice sweaters and
Yeah.
some rings. So for me, it was I wanted to make sure that this show was successful, not only for the girls, but for you. And I know there's other things associated with that show that isn't pleasing to me, but as a black person, I know that the audience don't care about that. They
Yeah.
care about, we want to make sure this show survives.
Yeah.
So that was my intention
I
to
get
it.
it.
But,
And I appreciate your honesty.
and I will say this though. I don't think anyone, besides Heavenly and you, because we're talking about it, and I'm only talking about the people who said it to me. You, Quad, and Heavenly have said it to me. I don't feel like the rest of those girls, except Toya, I don't feel like they appreciate me giving this show a voice.
So you don't feel like they appreciate you giving the show a voice, and I don't think that they ever appreciate me giving them a platform. So imagine how I feel. Like, you know, so
I see your
you
point.
get just a snippet of how I feel. So I felt like they gave me their asses to kiss after I shared what Simone said to me is, this is your dream. I'm just on, she said this to me, not on camera, but she said, this is your dream. I am just so elated that you allowed us, you shared your dream with us. Yeah, I did, but it became a nightmare because I did want to share it. And the Libra in me just didn't see anybody coming for me or anything like that. You know, and I do think that we made history. It's a great show, but I do think it was a smack in the face, you know, the way it turned out. So I get that you are giving the show a voice, and I appreciate it because it does keep it alive and keep it going, and it's huge that you do that. But I think it's your love for unscripted, for reality TV, for the girls. You know, it's your love for the girls, all the girls.
I love, well.
But you know how hard it is
Yeah.
to create something. Married to Medicine is my baby, is and always will be. And they can't wipe me out of that. You know, it's history. It's my history. But, you know, to your point earlier, when you talk about legacy, I didn't want to leave my legacy with them, you know, saying I did drugs. I've never done drugs. I created this
I didn't
show.
like that.
So that's not the way you take me out of my legacy. Not what this is also my children's legacy. It's about generational wealth and creating something where they can see years and be proud of. How can I be proud of something I created as being the first African American woman to create a show on Bravo, star in it, and executive produce it? How can I be proud of it and tell my children to watch when they're accusing me of drugs? How dare them? How fucking dare them? I did it to go against that. We have enough shows doing that. That is not my life, and that is not my vice. This is my vice. If they accuse me of red wine, I am guilty as charged. But anything else, bitch, you are lying on me. How dare you? For me, it hit me it just hit me. It was a gut punch. Because I thought, and then these are all, these are all, as Will Ferrell would say, these are all learned doctors. How could you allow them to accuse anybody on this cast of drugs? Do you not know that backfires with the hospital? I was a drug rep. I worked for the #1 pharmaceutical company in the world, Pfizer. I sold the top 2 drugs in the world. Like, I had millions of dollars of drugs in my storage. Like, it's just crazy. So for them to accuse me of drugs, it's just crazy. So that's not the legacy that I left behind. And the fact that none of them had enough integrity or balls to stand up and say, hold up a minute. I may not agree with Mariah, but nah, this ain't it.
But that's and I said this on my weekly recaps with Heavenly. It's so obvious that and listen, every ensemble show always tell people there's alliances. There's alliances.
Yeah.
I listen, I believe Quad when Simone allegedly said to her, I can't go against you because I don't want to make...
She said that. No, I know. No, she absolutely. Quad is not lying because she's the person that said to me they want me to put the nail in your coffin.
Simone told
Simone
you.
is deep. Yeah, she's the person that said to me they want me to put the nail in your coffin, but I'm not sure if I can do it.
So I'm a
Yeah.
blogger, but Simone's a backstabber, allegedly.
That's the person. Everybody keeps saying Quad. The person I had more. Quad was my best friend. Never was jealous of her. Thought the world of her, honestly. But Simone delivered my babies, delivered my sister babies, delivered my cousin's babies. My aunt was her nanny. That's who I had allegiance to. Yeah, she brought life in the world in my family. That's who my allegiance was always to, Miss Simone. Oh, fence riding Simone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when she said that to me, Quad's not lying. And I don't have a dog in a fight.
Right.
But if Quad said she said that, she said it. And Quad lied. She lied on me, but she
With the
told the truth
cocaine
on
and
that.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that hurt you. I could tell.
It tore me
I could tell
up.
by your knee jerk. You literally had a
I couldn't
knee jerk
believe it.
reaction.
I couldn't believe it.
And I saw, I'm going to tell you 2 moments that I knew that you really cared about the show. That knee jerk reaction to the cocaine accusation. And then when Heavenly put the devil horns on your poster. And
I felt violated.
well, the thing is,
Well, I was old victimized white woman. I felt so violated.
you were a black
I was
Karen.
violated, honey.
Yes, I'm gonna call you Katrina.
I am. Listen, I am. And I'm gonna tell you why when you get done.
You gave black Karen vibes. We call her Katrina.
I'm okay with that.
She's from Miami-Dade County.
Yeah, okay. I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'm teasing. But because as a viewer, we're going to do a highlight. My favorite moments from you is, and there's a lot. You
She defaced my
you are
sister.
hilarious to me without trying. When you walked into the reunion with your fur and the fur hat, let the mess begin, honey. And then when she defamed your poster, you said that ghetto shit gotta go. This is not married to hip hop. She got to go.
I felt like that.
Because I felt that at that time, you really was like, what has this show become?
I was.
Yeah.
And let me tell you a lot of it. So, with Married to Medicine, we do all the reunions in New York.
Yes.
And so anybody will tell you, and it's not for TV or anything, I created a vibe. So I don't know, I can't tell you what craft services was because I created my own. They all would tell you, my entire team, I had a catered corner. Everybody came over there to my corner to eat. I have created a space because I'm all about energy.
And aesthetic. I'm
all
the same way.
Yes, so I would have, I had a team to come and decorate the room, bring in furniture at the reunion in New York.
You brought furniture at your own reunion?
And absolutely. They would, I kid you not. Yes.
Mariah.
Yes, so I had a person to come and style the room, create everything. I'm all about an aura. I mean, all about the aura. They'll tell you, baby, I raised the bar. I made those girls step it up. Ask them. They came over to eat my food, my team, and I did this every year. Every year.
Mariah is coined, honey.
Every year, but it wasn't even about.
No, it's just a fact.
You deal with so much shit at the reunion that I need to feel a certain kind of way. I want my team to feel a certain kind of way, and it's always a vibe. I'm about a vibe. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna exit because when you get out on that stage, it's war.
It is.
It's war. So I created a whole vibe. So when she came and defaced my poster, I was violated. She came in my room and see, because I know my people, and somebody would have throat punched Heavenly ass. And then, no, dead ass for real. That was a $700. I don't play like that. Don't touch my shit. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and while I'm living my best, don't get it twisted. My first name is Lakeisha. And I just shut the reunion down by my shit. Don't bother my shit. Don't come in my room and bother my stuff. No, I felt very violated. Now, if I would have went up in there and cut up her reunion dress, once people go, low. Like, don't go low and then get mad at me when I go to the bowels of hell. Like, I don't want to do that. You stay on your side, and I'll do the same. And they thought it was Kiki, you know, I didn't want to Kiki and leg smack. I didn't like that. Don't bother my stuff. So I was violated. And my white friends was there. They was like, how dare she? I'm going to kick her. And I was like, hold on a minute. No, let's not do that.
Okay, listen. Because
I swear to God.
Listen, because I am a huge fan of unscripted. I'm the king of reality also because I just love this genre so much.
Me too.
I watch that scene at least once a week. And you have this white male friend with silver hair who looks so appalled.
I mean, no, there was Trey. There was Trey.
Who looked so appalled. But that to me was...
He said that bitch has to go. I'm talking. He went out there and said to Andy, they didn't show. He said, you know, enough is enough. Yes, Trey, honey. She had to go. All my people was like, you want me to get her? You want me to get her? I'm going to get her. It was one of those moments. And you talking about epic TV. That was the whole show.
I said this to the girls too. I said the show was epic when you were on, and you can't deny that.
But now it's Squad Show.
Did I say that? You better get me together, baby. I said she was a breakout star.
She is a breakout star.
Okay. I think you don't watch the show often.
No, I don't.
Okay. To me, and I said this to Heavenly every Monday, the show is boring without her on it. Not saying she made the show by herself.
Yeah, I get it.
It's the ensemble, and I always tell people, it's like the starting five lineup in a baseball game. LeBron cannot do everything without his support.
Yeah.
Beyonce's Beyonce because she had Kelly, LaTavia, LaToya, Michelle behind her, or next to her, or it's that. Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen, and my issue with Married to Medicine was, can you girls put the ego aside and do what's best for the show?
Well, they didn't do it. Did they do that with me?
They didn't, so what you don't know, I don't think you know this.
No, I don't.
Heavenly, during quarantine, that's when Heavenly started her YouTube channel.
Okay.
And
which was smart.
Yeah, and she invited me on, and Melody, at the time was Melody Holt from Love and Marriage.
Who I love. I met her one time, but I love her.
No, Melody's great. She's a great girl. And this is before any announcement came about you coming back or not. I said to her, y'all can watch it. I said, let me tell you something. I feel like, and I'm paraphrasing, but I feel like y'all icing Mariah out. Listen to me now. Don't you ever do anything that's not good for the show. Don't do it. Because I've seen, I did Atlanta Housewives.
Yeah.
And I saw sometimes they were going down that road of, well, we don't, and I would say to them, you don't cast and you don't fire. Your job is to sit there, be real, tell your real story, and film. What's happening now in unscripted is this mob mentality.
It is.
I'm seeing it on Salt Lake City. I'm seeing it on Potomac. It's like, you need to go.
Yeah.
And what they do is they ice you out. I haven't seen it the way Married to Medicine has done it to you or to Quad. And what's interesting—
They haven't done the same thing to Quad that they have to me.
Yeah, no, it's definitely separate. No, it's definitely separate. But
it's not the same.
Right. No, and I wasn't trying to make it the same, just in terms of what we as the audience have felt. But that to me would be the destruction of the show.
I think they're doing it more to Sweet Tea. I think they did it to Buffy. I think they kind of iced her out. Like, why is Buffy not? I like Janice.
I like Buffy on the show.
Like, think about it, because she went against Jackie?
And I want to hear your opinion. I heard the real villain on the show is Dr. Jackie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.